Students, welcome in this class. Again, we are proceeding further doing the poem Christabel by Samuel Taylor Coleridge, and we have had two subsequent classes of the text, and we have discussed the text that this poem is written in a manner of a ballad, and what ballad is we have already discussed, and we from the very beginning the poem, the atmosphere whatever is built is one of supernatural, and how that lovely lady Christabel goes in the forest we have seen. And today we shall take stanza 7th. We have read 6 stanzas. The 6th one is: the lady sprang up suddenly, the lovely lady Christabel. It moaned as near can be, but what it is she cannot tell. On the other side it seems to be of the huge, broad-breasted old oak tree, and there she sees a broad oak tree which has a broad trunk of itself, and there she finds herself lonely, and she hears that morning sound. Now we shall take stanza 7. Stanza 7 reads like this: the night is chill, the forest bare. Is it the wind that mourneth bleak? There is not wind enough in the air to move away the ringlet curl from the lovely lady's cheek. There is not wind enough to twirl the one red leaf, the last of its clan, that dances as often as dance it can, hanging so light and hanging so high on the topmost twig that looks up at the sky. So, we are to imagine that in the middle of the night, that lovely lady Christabel, who is a furlong away from the castle, and she alone in that forest finds the morning sound from somewhere around her, and she is surprised and somewhat amazed or somewhat fearful to hear that morning sound, and she gazes, and she finds that the night is so cold, chill, and the forest bare. And she finds that the forest is bare, the trees are leafless. Then she asks herself, guesses, is it the wind that mourneth bleak? That the morning sound which is there, is it the wind that is creating the morning sound? That bleak sound. At the same time, she thinks that there is not wind enough in the air to move away the ringlet curl from the lovely lady's cheek. And we are to think that there was not enough wind. The atmosphere is somewhat cool and calm and solemn, and there is no wind flowing or no wind blowing. Then how comes the morning sound? The atmosphere is so calm, the winds are so calm that even the wind cannot curl or wave the curls of the lovely Lady Christabel. Her hair are not waving in the air, and the curls are on her cheek, and they are not shaken even, and we can perceive that there is no wind flowing. Then how comes the sound? There is not wind enough to twirl the one red leaf. There is a tree which is almost bare, and it has one red leaf, the last of its claim, the last leaf which is present on the tree. Even that leaf is so comfortable, not shaken by the wind, that dances as often as dance it can, hanging so light and hanging so high, and that leaf is at the top of the tree and hanging so lightly, and if there were any type of winds, it could have danced, because the wind in the leaf is so light in itself. That red leaf that is hanging there on the topmost branch of the tree, and that leaf is pointing towards the sky, and that would move even with the weakest whiff of air, but there is no air. Hanging, that dances as often as dance it can, hanging so light and hanging so high on the topmost twig that looks up at the sky. Then stanza 8. Hush, beating heart of Christabel. Jesus, Maria, shield her well. She folded her arms beneath her cloak and stole to the other side of the oak. What sees she there? Then there is an exclamation. Hush, beating heart of Christabel. There is a wish that the fearful heart, the beating heart, with high beats, her heart is that Christabel, her heartbeat, may those heartbeats be pacified, have some calm and peace. May Jesus Christ and Virgin Mary protect her from any kind of danger, any kind of harm. She folded her arms beneath her cloak. Very simple. She had folded her arms under her cloak or whatever cloth she was wearing, and quietly went to the other side of the oak tree, and she very silently, quietly, she stole word is given, and she very silently proceeds towards the other side of the oak tree. What sees she there? And there is again awe and wonder. She sees something there, and what she sees is yet to come. And again, in these two stanzas, we have found that some sort of, again I would use the word mysteriosity regarding the sound, the morning sound. Since there is no air, yet the sound is coming there. And there is a prayer or wish for the safety of Christabel, and she was standing there, folded her hands, and she went to the other side of the oak tree, and from there she sees some figure or some object which is a matter of suspense for all of us, which we will read in our next class. So, students, enjoy the poem, the suspense, and read at home. We shall take further stanzas in our next class. Till then, thank you.